makeup always starts with good skincare. And then I'm going to take, as you can see, because it's a lot, this light kind of sparkly shimmery color, and I'm going to go on the inside corner of my eye. I prefer like a medium coverage with my foundation. I just look like a normal person with eyebrows. That's my glam look. Hi guys, and welcome to my page. If you are new here, my name is Danny. I am going to be filming a in-depth makeup routine by request from my sister-in-law, so shout out Remy and Raven if you guys are watching this. But I'm going to take you through my whole routine. This is not going to be like everyday makeup. This is definitely going to be like when I want to get glammed up for something. And so yeah, I'm going to take you guys along. We'll go through step by step. First things first, got to get the hair out of the way. We don't want that interfering with the makeup. Honestly, what I think is good makeup always starts with good skincare. So like I use skincare as part of my makeup routine. I don't just put it on a dry face. I'll usually try and let my skincare sit in for like at least 30 minutes or so if I can, especially that moisturizer, because doing makeup on moisturized skin is just gonna like, it's gonna be way better. I don't know how else to describe it. And staying hydrated. Make sure we're nice and hydrated, because if you're dehydrated, then again, you're gonna have dry skin and the makeup's just not gonna turn out as well. So that's my first few tips. We'll get going with the skincare that I use, and then we'll just go step by step. I'm so excited. Okay, so first thing I use is usually like a depuffing eye serum. This one is Avon Anew. It has caffeine in it, and I don't know what else, but I use that on my eyes to start. So I'll just take a little dab and then rub that in under both my eyes. And I'll do a little bit on the eyelids as well. I guess first thing I did forget to say is make sure you have a clean face. Like I always start my makeup with washing my face, because it's just never gonna go on as nicely if we have like makeup or any just dirt or residue on your face. So fresh face. So then I'll do my eye serum, and then I'll do my niacinamide. It's supposed to reduce your pores. Honestly, it does work really well. This is just the ordinary. It's literally like $6 or $7 and it works great. So I do just a little bit on each cheek on my forehead, rub that fully in. Everywhere. And then after I do a vitamin C serum, this one is Naturium, I think maybe is how you pronounce it. So I do that over top. That's brightening for the skin. It's gonna make the skin just look really nice and bright under your makeup. I always try to bring a lot of my products down to my neck too. I don't do the pore one, but once I start with the vitamin C, I'll try and go down to my neck. And then I use moisturizer. I use In Love Pharmacy Honey Halo. I've been using this one for years now. So I'll do a generous amount of moisturizer. You want that face nice and moisturized, and your neck, in order for that makeup application. So we'll rub that in. And then if it's a daytime look, I'll usually do sunscreen, but since this is gonna be like my glam look, I'm assuming it's like nighttime, so I will not do sunscreen at nighttime. After that, literally it's become my new favorite product is the Saie Beauty Glowy Super Gel. I use it in the color Star Glow. This, whether I'm wearing makeup or not, the amount of compliments I get on how like glowy my skin is and how good my skin looks, I swear it's this product. It's not really my skin. And so I'll do a lot of that, neck and face, just to make sure we're nice and evenly covered. Like, just look at this. It's like glass skin. This stuff is literally insane. I can't get over it. Okay, so after that, my next thing I always start with is eyeshadow. I don't use anything crazy, but I do use an eyeshadow primer. So I probably need a new one, but I still use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I just have never found one that is like as thick and good a quality as this one. Yes, I need a new one, but no, I'm not ready. So I just put a little dab on my finger and then rub that in equally onto both eyelids and make sure we're covering all the way up to our eyebrows. That's what I've always found. This may be outdated, but what I've always found is like bring your eyeshadow up to your eyebrows and it just makes your eyes look brighter. So we'll go up to there, and then I'm just using the I Love palette from Sephora. And with my like eye color and skin tone, I have learned over the years that typically pinks and browns look best, just like neutral colors with my eye color. Today I think we'll just kind of keep it in the brown range. I'll grab my eyeshadow brush, and then a lot of times I'll still do like the corners. So this outside corner I'm gonna use, I don't know what color it's called, but this like brown color here. Use this one and get like the outside half of my eyelid. Really get that one on there. Outside half on this side. Perfect. And so then after that, I'm gonna take a light color, just like a neutral. I'm gonna use this color, and I'm gonna do the inner corner and then the top of my eye. So I guess not even the inner corner, this inside half. And then I'm gonna take this all the way up to my eyebrow above that darker color that I did. And I just like to make sure I have like a nice good light base on that inside half. Perfect. And then we're gonna blend. I always blend my eyeshadow. So I'll take another brush, blending brush, and just blend this in so it's not as harsh of a line. From one part to the other. Hopefully this lighting's okay in here. Okay, so then after that, then I will take, I'm gonna take this sparkly brown here on the outside, and I'm gonna do this just like where my eyelid crease is, over the whole part of my eyelid crease, just to give it a little definition between the bottom and the top half of my eye, and it adds just a little bit of sparkles here as well. I don't really know what else it does, but it looks good. And then I'm gonna take, as you can see, I've used this one a lot, this light kind of sparkly shimmery color, and I'm gonna go on the inside corner of my eye here to give it that shimmer and just kind of that glow. And eyes are done for now. We will be coming back to them, but that's like the first part. And then I'll usually take some makeup remover and just wipe off all that extra eyeshadow that goes like underneath and to the side. So then once eyeshadow is done, then we move on to foundation. So I always use Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I live, breathe, sleep, repeat, whatever this foundation. I've been using it for years. I've never found anything that like even closely compares to it for my skin type at least. So I will do some of that, and then I mix in the bronzing drops in the winter. I'm not the person that's gonna buy like new foundation for every season, so I keep one color, like a lighter color throughout the year, and then I'll mix in the bronzing drops like in the summer, so that way I can be a little bit more tan, or if I have a spray tan as well, we'll do a little bit more. So we'll do just a little bit, just like a dab. I don't know if you can see that much. And then we'll do literally just like 1 or 2 little bronzing drops in it. I can't turn it or it's gonna fall, but it's there. And then I am through and through a makeup brush girl. So I'll mix this all in, and then I'll just kind of do like a little brush on all parts of my face. So I'll do my cheeks, my forehead, my nose, my chin, and then I'll let it kind of start to dry a little bit, because if it's too wet, it's gonna get streaky when you're like blending it in. So I'll let it dry, sometimes even fan it depending on how much time I have, for anywhere from like 30 seconds to a few minutes, but this time it's a little bit more dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it, and just make sure to cover your whole face. Nothing crazy, just regular foundation application. I prefer like a medium coverage with my foundation. Like I don't want it to be super cakey, but I do want it to like cover and look like foundation. Like I don't want to see all of like everything on my skin underneath. Like if I can see all my freckles or anything like that, then I know that I need more. Okay, so then once you have like your face all blended in, always make sure and bring it down to your neck as well, because it's just gonna look weird if your face is a different color than your neck. A lot of times, anyways, we're wearing like higher necklines, whatnot, so it's just gonna look way more cohesive if you can blend it all the way down. And then I wash my hands because things get messy. So if your foundation's not perfect, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot more that's gonna go into this. So even if you do have a little streaks, anything like that, it's not like all is lost. There's still a chance. Okay, so once foundation is on, then I always do my concealer over my foundation. So I use Tarte Shape Tape. I know, riveting. And then with this, I'll always do under my eye on both sides. I'll do like the inside corner of my eye. I'll do a couple, dots usually. That slipped though. Down my face. I'll usually do a few lines on my forehead. If I have any blemishes, I will cover that a little bit more intensely. Like my skin's breaking out a little bit right now, so I'm gonna put a few extra spots on, and then I'll do on the sides of my nose, and then usually by my bottom, like I'll kind of line my bottom chin, and then sometimes I'll do next to my mouth just to give it a little bit more finished of a look when we're doing like lips and everything. Okay, so then once you're all polka dotted up, then take our blending brush, not that one, my little concealer blending brush, and I just go ahead and blend it all in. It's okay, it doesn't have to look like super smooth here. Like if you have lighter spots, that's the point. And sometimes it will, you'll have like a little bit more than you mean to on certain areas. just keep blending it into different areas, or if it's like really too much, I'll just dab it in my hand to get a little bit off and then go back to it. Like my nose once was a little bit more. I don't have eyebrows, so I will fill them in. So I'll take my concealer and my foundation and do it like all the way over my eyebrows just to make sure that everything's there. I always save under my eyes for last because that's like the most concealer, so it stays the wettest for longest. That way I give it more time to dry. If it's super wet, just like the foundation, it's just not gonna blend in well, I have personally found. And so I like to leave it for last so that way it has the most time to dry, and then that way it's gonna look the best. I'll go ahead and get under the eyes. Excuse my funny faces right now. And I'll take, like when I'm blending that, I'll blend it down a little bit, like not just right under the eyes, but bring it down a little bit just to give you that brightness there, because at least we all know I got bags under my eyes. I don't know about you guys, but blend it down, let it do its thing. Okay, nice and pasty. So after that, because we are looking kind of pale and it is summer, I go ahead and do bronzer all over my face. So this is Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. It's really beat up, don't judge. And then I'll take this face brush and I just go ahead and do a nice layer of bronzing in the summertime all over my face. I will go ahead and do a little bit less by under my eyes because we do want that to go ahead and stay like a little bit brighter in order to give that kind of lifted look there. So the rest of my face though, I'll do quite a bit of bronzer because I am tan, again bringing it down to our neck. And yes, I know this is not like the easiest routine. It probably takes me 45 minutes. I mean, I guess we'll see how long this video is, but it works. Another thing, this is kind of random, but I just found over time is if I know I have like an event coming up or something where I'm gonna wanna like have my skin and my makeup look really nice, if I don't do makeup for like a couple days to a week leading up to it, the makeup goes on so much better than like consistently doing makeup for whatever reason. So I don't know why that works, but for some reason it does. So then once we are all done with that, now we're gonna go ahead and contour. So I use the Milk Makeup matte bronzing stick, this little guy. This is in the shade Baked. So for my contouring, I keep it pretty simple. I'll go ahead and do cheeks, so from like almost temple down the cheek, right under that jawline, and then I'll do, yeah, the jawline down here, sides of my nose, all the way down, and then up from like almost mid-forehead back to temple, almost connecting that cheek and that top of my head. I'll make this one usually a little bit thicker just because we want a little bit more bronziness up there. Okay, so now I'll take my blending brush and we'll just blend it all in. And get that ready to go. For whatever reason, I kind of like to suck my cheeks in while I do my cheeks. I just don't know the reason. I think it's a habit at this point. And then we'll blend in our nose. Okay, so here we are so far. Getting blended in. So then after that, it's time for blush. I just use CoverGirl True Blend in the color So Flushed. is what I use. I like a nice kind of soft but bright pink. I like a little shimmer. So as you can see, there's like just a little bit of shimmer in this one. Take it, we're gonna smile. You just wanna get from like the rounds of your cheek up. We don't wanna go too low. So getting that nice flushed color. Bring a little life into these cheeks. You start round and then we'll go up. Once I have the cheeks done, I'll do a little bit on my nose and just kind of bring it all the way across here as well. Right, and then I like how it has like that little shimmer to it, so then it's almost like a little highlighter as well. Okay, so that is done. Now we're on to brows. So I'll go ahead, shape the brows first just with like a little brush, brow brush. Get them kind of how I want them. I had my eyebrows laminated for the wedding and it was the greatest thing ever. Like I would do that consistently if I could, if it wasn't so expensive. Well, it's not really that expensive, but I already get my hair done, so priorities. So shape the brows, and then when we're done with that, I just use, it's like really old, but just an eyebrow brush. I use Benefit Pomade Brow Pomade, or Pomade, sorry. Benefit Pomade Brow Pomade, and this is in the color Warm Deep Brown. And I use this to fully fill in my brows. Like I know most people do not, I dropped my brush. Okay. I know most people do not have to do that. But I was not blessed with full brows. Like this is what we're working with. So I fully fill them in just because I like a nice thick brow. I just think it makes the look so much better. There's really no specific technique to this. I just get going, try and fill them in as evenly as possible. Some days is great, some days is not. So just finished filling them in. I just look more like a person with eyebrows. So once I do that, then I use Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. It's just like a gel, so it's gonna hold them in place. So then I'll take that and just go over my brows to like shape them and hold them in the shape that I want. I honestly feel like it does just make them look a little fuller too, using this. My brow game is not strong, so don't come at me for them, but I do the best with what I have. Okay, so, what a crazy guy. So once we do that, brows are done. So then next we have highlighter. This is just the Tarte little palette. Just a couple colors in here. I'll take my highlighter brush and then I'll usually combine the pink and the light color and then just start again around the temple, come on the high cheek. Now this is gonna be over where I went for the contouring. So the contouring was like under the cheekbone and then like right on top of that cheekbone is where I'm gonna highlight with both these colors just to give a little shimmer. And then I'll usually do the tip of my nose as well to make it look flawless. So then after that, curl my eyelashes. This is just regular old eyelash curl. I've learned that if you kind of like hold it, it curls better than like squeezing it. So get a little bit going and then just hold it. And then your eyelashes come out way more curled. Sorry for the up close. Okay. Cool. Did that. Now we're gonna do a little eyeliner, but it's eyeshadow. So this is an Estee Lauder, just like lip and eye kit. It's really old. I got it like when I was in high school. So I'll take that. And then this is actually a lip brush, but it's just like a super tiny, let's see if I can show you. Super tiny, just little brush. And I'll actually use that for my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take like this dark brown, it's like darker brown color here at the bottom. And then I've always been a Catwing girl. So a little bit, we're gonna start at the bottom here. And you're kind of just gonna line your eyelid with it. Keep it nice and thin. And I don't take it all the way in. I'm gonna stop like pretty close after my eyelashes end. And then at the corner, just take it out. Give yourself a little cat wing. You don't have to. I just always think it makes my eye shape look more fierce. I'll also use this for under my eye, but I'll use like a thicker brush here. Again, not taking it all the way to the corner, but I do like to connect it all the way to the outside. So that way it's like seamless all the way from that cat eye under the eye. Take a lighter color, something shimmery kind of to match, and do that inner corner of my eye. I will typically line like my waterline too. Once that's done, I'll take a setting powder. I just use the CoverGirl Clean Invisible. I'll do usually my forehead, under my eyes, bridge of my nose, above my mouth, and then my chin. And then we'll do mascara. And again, sorry for these views. And then we'll just do lightly on that bottom lash. We don't need anything crazy. Okay, just like look at how amazing this is. I'm just obsessed. Here's the side view. So now time for lippies. So this is the MAC lip pencil in the color Soar. It's kind of like this pinkish color. This is my go-to. I'll line the outer part of my lip. I'm not really an overliner. I already have decently full lips without, like I don't have lip filler or anything. So I don't need like a ton more in my opinion. But just lining that line. And then I'll usually, I don't know why, but I just blend it a little bit just so it's not quite like as harsh. Okay, so then I need to find my lipstick, hold on. So with lips, I like go back and forth. I was using Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk for a really long time. Recently, I've kind of been hooked on, I'm gonna say it wrong, I don't know if it's Anastasia or Anastasia, but her lipstick and the color satin lipstick and the color Dusty Rose. I just feel like it's not like as dry looking. Like this one's almost like shiny. Here's like the color. It's just like a really pretty color, and I feel like it's good for summer or fall. Like it's just very versatile. So I'll use this one. Again, it does usually look better once, like when I've had some sort of mask on. And I'll make sure to go all the way to both corners of my mouth, or all four, but just making sure that we're getting nice full coverage. Okay, so lipstick is on, and then I'll use this Naked Ultra Nourishing Gloss in the color Sesso. This is what it looks like. Excuse my nails. I'll always do a gloss over my lipstick. We're not gonna do like a ton, just enough. It's almost out. Just enough to give it like a little shine. And that's what I do. That's the full makeup look. Of course, then go ahead and do my hair. I will usually do my makeup first and then, or sorry, my hair first and then do my makeup after. That's the full look. Let me actually show you guys in some better lighting. So here's the final look. And that was it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will link all the products that I used in the comments section. But again, that's my glam look. So that's like if I'm going out somewhere, that is the makeup that I will do. Of course, it'll fluctuate a little bit. So I hope you guys liked that and hopefully there were some helpful tips for you. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.